Good evening and welcome to Jackson High School boys high school basketball action tonight, featuring the Kamiak Knights and the Jackson Timberwolves. Mark Aucutt with Todd Elvig bringing you the action. We're going to take a quick break and then get to the starters and play-by-play action here tonight at Jackson. Thanks for being with us on STSPN.com.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
Welcome back once again, Jackson High School, home of the Timberwolves. And let's take a look at the starting lineups first for the Kamiak Knights, as announced by their head coach, Joseph DeGrazia, in his first season with Kamiak. Starting as a 5'9" junior guard, Jayton Hara. Also starting as a 6-foot junior guard, Riley Weimer. Also in the lineup for Kamiak will be a 6'4" junior forward, Josiah Pierre. And starting for the Knights at forward, a senior 5'11", Nolan Martin, as well as a forward at 6'3", junior Chance Loudenbach. That is the Kamiak Knights as the two teams get set to tip off. And one of the players starting out there for Jackson in the white uniforms with the tip, that is Silas Williams. You're going to see a lot of him tonight. 6'6", wing forward, and he is just a junior. Hasn't committed anywhere yet, but we saw him last week, and have been hearing about him a lot too. He is good. There's a drive to the basket, and right in there for Nolan Martin to get Kamiak on the scoreboard. Also starting for Jackson is a 6'3" wing forward, a senior, Bradley Tharp. At guard wing, a senior 6-foot Henry Armstrong. Had a great game last week. Also starting as a 6'2" wing and guard, that is a junior. Nice move into the basket that time. That's Bradley Tharp, who ties up the game at 2. Just getting underway here at Jackson High School. Kamiak in the black uniforms with the purple numbers and letters and the white trim. Good pick right there. Coming through, Henry Armstrong lays it up and in as the Timberwolves are up by 2. Lead switching hands for the first time here at the home of the Timberwolves. Drive in towards the basket. Nice little stutter step there and forced him to adjust his shot. And now it'll be turned back over to Kamiak. Is stripped out of his hands, and there's a shot off the right side. Good follow-up just off the mark as Williams will get the rebound. And here they go the other direction. Just underway here. Now there's a grab, no doubt about that. Also starting for Jackson is Harris Campy. He is a 6'2" wing junior, and Ryan McFerrin out there as well. Just a sophomore, 6'6" forward. So they've got a tall lineup out there. We saw McFerrin last week as the foul this time is going to go against Kamiak's Chance Loudenbach, his first team foul for either team. Silas Williams bit off the mark right there, and Kamiak quickly up on the right side. Near drag of the pivot foot, but it's going to turn out, and we'll see as these two teams both having some issues with players out. Not going to get into specifics on that. You can do the math on it. But each team with about 3 players out, and that's going to give it a bit of a different look. But Jackson with that tall lineup out there, 2 6'6" players. There's one of them, McFerrin, off the mark to the left side, and a follow-up is good. Steal and basket. Henry Armstrong after Silas Williams got the hoop, and quickly, just like that, Jackson is on an 8-0 run, and they lead Kamiak by a score of 8-2. 5:46 to go. First quarter off to a brisk start. This is the 32nd timeout. We'll take a 30, be back with more here at Jackson.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do-It-Best centers.
Welcome back here to Jackson High School. Mark Aucutt, Todd Elvig bringing you the action. An 8-2 lead for the Timberwolves as They burst through for 8 straight points after Kamiak got on the scoreboard to begin things. Right wing jumper, thuds out of there. Williams with a rebound. It's good to see him working that ball up court, working those dribbling skills. Off the mark, fired by Henry Armstrong. Armstrong had 18 last week when we were here on Tuesday. That one's going to go out of bounds. Couple of turnovers now for Kamiak and one for Jackson. Are they going to give it? They're going to talk about this one. Kind of wondered that myself. We'll get you the officials, Chris Sideropoulos, Garrett Galbraith, and also Tony Burkhalter. We know Tony pretty well, actually all those guys. And Chris did the JV game as well. Unfortunately, there was a player, we won't get into who it was, but there was a player out there for JV who was injured and taken off on a stretcher. So that was a long game there in that first one. Hopefully he will be okay. And we got 2 shots coming up. That foul is going to go against Ryan McFerrin, his first foul, first team foul. And at the line is Chance Loudenbach. Got to make sure you connect on those foul shots. Hey, Todd, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, this one got started brisk. Of course, we started a little bit late because of, unfortunately, an injury during the JV game, which Jackson won 60-35 over Kamiak. And that second shot is good. So they finally get another point after Jackson scored 8 straight. Now Jackson's going to slow the offense up a little bit. One-on-one matchup up top. Williams will look inside, stays with it, crossover dribble. Handling the ball a little bit more here in this one. And that one's thrown away. Kamiak going the other direction. Nice pass. Oh, that was beautiful. Popping it in. Josiah Pierre off the pass from Riley Weimer, and it's 8-5. That's how you do it. You got to make them crisp and quick and get them in there. But we love the passing game. It's so fun when those players can just work their way down court and hardly put the ball on the floor and just keep moving. That is going to be out of bounds for Jackson. Again, in the white uniforms, they've got the black numbers and letters and trim out there. Jackson opened in 1994, so we've been coming here for a long time. Our buddy, longtime trainer Brenda Black, right next to us. Always good to talk and touch base with her and always learn some history, too. Bradley Tharp coming through. Look at this, the other way. Loudenbach. We got another timeout called. Yep, that's the case. 10-7 is the score. This one's got a lot of energy going here. They were ready to come out here tonight, Todd, and we'll take a break. This is STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Yeah. Welcome back. I see you got your on-air light on, like a studio broadcast. You have that here so people hopefully know not to interrupt what we're doing. Although we don't mind saying hi because we know a few people here in the neighborhood.
Just a few.
That is going to be a foul called against Riley Weimer, his first for the night player and second team foul, one for Jackson so far. 10-7, just under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Thanks for being with us. And we'll get some of our sponsors' names out there as well. Williams, again, handling the rock quite a bit here. Some of the point guards not available tonight. Pull-up jumper. Look like he got hacked at the end of that. And that's Harris Campy coming through. His first 2 of the game. Got 4 scorers in the mix so far for Jackson. Now Jackson coming in strong. Has not played a conference game until tonight. Oop. Definitely a foul in there. You can see that one coming. Williams was up tight. We're going to have 2 shots coming. That is going to be against Silas Williams. His first, second team foul. Jackson 0-0 in WESCO 4A play. They are 8-1 overall. They've had a couple of games canceled or possibly postponed. Sometimes we don't get the official word as to if they're going to try to make them up, although I think one of them, the last one on Friday night against Lake Stevens, will probably be made up, so you have the schedule balancing right. And the shot is good. He gets the second one. Josiah Pierre now with 3 points in the game. Kamiak 2 for 4 from the foul line. Jackson hasn't been to the stripe yet. Williams pretty far out. He hit a three-pointer last week in that big win over Woodinville that we broadcast. Kamiak's going to get another crack at it. Look at that, cutting through. Williams with the strong defense, and he pulls the board down. Oh, behind the back dribble. Yeah, this is, I tell you, Todd, you watch Williams and you just see what he has already, but the potential which could be coming too. Especially as he fills out a little bit more. Gets a little more fit. Oh, nice move. Look at that. Silas Williams. That move is down. I'll tell you, that was beautiful. And now Kamiak in front court, down by 6 points as Jackson's equaled their biggest lead at 14-8. Yeah, Williams is just a lot of fun to watch. Yeah, there's a foul. Late whistle on that one. Goes against Jackson. Okay, so here's the situation with Williams. He's got 2 fouls now. That's on him. And this is something that happened last week when we were here on Tuesday, where he got a couple of fouls in the first quarter, and then they had to sit him down for a while. And it was a little later in the first quarter last week, and got a substitution for Kamiak. Sam Stupi entering the game. He is a junior. So I got to think that Silas is going to come out of here pretty quickly, and they had to rest him for a while and keep him from getting more fouls in that second quarter, and then he got out there and eventually finished with 19 points. He averages 23 per game, also pulls down a lot of boards. So it is down to a 4-point deficit. Big shot from outside. Well, 2 of them battling 2 6'6" tall Timbers, the Twin Towers underneath there, and it ends up with Jackson. Foul on the floor that time. That looks like it's going to benefit Jackson. Foul goes against Riley Weimer. That's going to be his second foul, 3rd team foul. So the game has been tied once, and the lead has switched hands once. Biggest lead for Kamiak, 2 points, and for Jackson, 6 twice. Perfect form, delivery, and basket. Bradley Tharp now with 6 points. He leads all scorers in the game. And Jackson's got it back to a 6-point lead. Soft touch right there. Beautiful mid-range jumper for Josiah Pierre as he nails it. Pierre's got a couple of field goals in the game and keeps it to within 4. 1:25 to go. First quarter action here at Jackson on STSPN.com. Mark Aucutt, Todd Elvig bringing you the action. Puts it on the floor once and then fires away. That's out of bounds. That looked like, we'll see what he says, but it looked like Jackson touched it last. They're going to make sure they're on the same page, and that's the call. So Silas Williams is going to come out of the game. Coming in for Jackson will be Caden Sproul. He is a junior. So Sproul checks in, and we are ready now as Kamiak comes the other direction. Coming up on 1 minute to go in the first quarter, down by 6. We got a piece of that one, it looked like. Good follow-up. Oh, tough lucker right there. It was in the cone and comes out of there as McFerrin will get the rebound. Here comes Jackson the other direction. Nice pass underneath. Beautiful. There it is. Sproul connects on it. Now 5 players have scored for Jackson. They're up 18-12. 4th time they've had that 6-point lead. Now we got a hack going in. That's going to bring 2 shots. That foul goes against Harris Campy. That's his first foul. Team foul number 4. Kamiak has 3. And at the line with 2 shots will be Daniel Schubert. Sophomore. It's the first one. Now in is Trey Hawkins for Jackson. also a sophomore. Nolan Martin returns to the action for Kamiak. Shot clock will be dead once we get through this sequence right here. There it is, hits them both. And both shots look really sharp with form and everything. Consistency, Todd, that's what you like to see. Have your rhythm down, your dribbles down, your focus, and make those free throws.
Well, that's why you like to come to our games, because there's consistency.
That's right. We do love that. So Jackson with the ball down to 10 seconds now. They're going to get this offense going here pretty quick. Well, they got it. Wow. Tharp connects. Kind of back that one up Jack Sikma style to go back a few years. And nails it. So that is going to be a 7-point lead for Jackson at the end of the first quarter. And Bradley Tharp leading all scorers with 9 of them. That was a really, really good shot for him and a strong first quarter. We'll take a break. We're going to be back with more. 21-14 going to the second quarter. Jackson up by 7.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
We go to the second quarter. Jackson leading 21-14 on STSPN.com. Special hello to my longtime girlfriend, Debbie, who's there in Magnolia, watching that quality control on Magnolia up on the hill, making sure everything's looking good. And there's a shot from the outside. Big three-pointer coming through. This time, Henry Armstrong. And it's up to a 10-point lead for Jackson. Off the mark. And Timberwolves in a position to really pull away here at this point. Silas Williams is still on the bench. We got an offensive. Okay, illegal screen. That's going to be called against Caden Sproul, his first, 5th team. Kamiak with 3 team fouls. They need to get something put together here. And Kamiak is a younger team overall than Jackson, and also not near as tall. Even with Williams out of there, Jackson still is dominating in that department. And a lot of their guys, pretty much all of them, like to go inside. They are not shy when it comes to that. That is going to go out of bounds. Last touched by Kamiak. Kamiak has 4 turnovers in the game, same with Jackson. These schools not too far from each other. Let's drop down to Mukilteo, not too far from here. Beautiful out there. And Jackson up here in Mill Creek. Jackson taking a little time to set something up here. That's a long one. Just off the left side, but Jackson gets the rebound. McFerrin seeing the action throughout this first half, and it's taken away. Sloppy ball play in there, and that one's going out of bounds. Simply out of bounds. Don't see a foul indication at this point in time. And checking in for Jackson will be Harris Campy. He had a couple of points in that first quarter. Josiah Pierre, the leading scorer for Kamiak. He has 7, 3 for 4 from the foul line. Daniel Schubert with 2 for Nolan Martin. Also 3 points for Chance Loudenbach. Hawkins in good position, gets the ball. Here comes the sophomore out of backcourt. Keep moving that ball around. Oh, that was a sloppy pass. Too much traffic in there, and the bounce pass, not necessarily the wisest thing unless you get a clear lane inside on the key that time. Still sitting at 24-14. Good hustle. Hawkins all over, trying to get that ball, trying to get a handle on it. It's loose. all over the place, but still, you got to like Hawkins' hustle. The sophomore in there. Look at this guy driving through, and there's going to be a foul as Pierre heads to the rack that time. He's just a junior and definitely has good height in there. That foul is going to go against Bradley Tharp, his first foul, 6th team foul. Here comes Silas Williams. So Williams came out with about a minute and a half to go in that first quarter, sitting that time, and then about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So he's been out close to 3.5 minutes, and now back in there with the 2 fouls. Got to watch that. Williams with 4 points so far in the game. That foul's going to go once again against Tharp. So he's got now 2, and 2 very quickly. That's 7 team fouls. So bonus time for Kamiak, and that's going to send Pierre to the foul line. He will have 1 and 1. Kamiak getting to the line several times in that first quarter, going 6 for 8. He misses the only one he's going to get there. So far, Jackson has not been to the foul line. No, not yet. Ooh. You got a piece of it. Kamiak did.
Yep, protect the equipment.
Yeah, that's rule number 1. Protect the gear. But didn't get quite up here that time. But I would have
done. Coming.
Yeah, and that's the key, to have those instincts. When the ball gets it, well, of course, when we're courtside, we'll go on extra heavy-duty protection.
Well, I've got the cat-like reflexes.
Well, that's just it. Sometimes I can't keep up with them. And there's a turnover on the travel call against Kamiak. Yeah, when your eyes get blurry and mixed up because you're moving so fast. I know you haven't lost a step with those cat-like reflexes. 24-14. Our friend Brenda here, the longtime head trainer for Jackson, is needle pointing. And Oregon Ducks, beautiful. That's going to be for a relative in the family, so that looks very nice. You might get a camera shot of that later on. She was working on it, I think, last week too, but I've seen a lot of progress. Got to add some of the other stuff going on here in the gym. That foul is going to go against Harris Campy. His second is going to be 8th team foul. Heading to the foul line is Riley Weimer. Now, he himself has 2 fouls, but their bench is pretty slim. Well, both teams are. So they're going to have to stretch these guys out. Weimer connects on the foul shot, and Kamiak now is 7 for 10 from the line. Back into the game is the sophomore Ryan McFerrin, who saw a lot of minutes in that first quarter. 4:46 to go, second quarter action here at Jackson. And I have to admit, Todd, hopefully you'll get a shot of it over there. There it is. That's in. These students that are portraying ESPN.
Yeah, love that.
That is just hilarious. Those guys, I don't know if they're actually calling something over there, practicing or something, but they look like the real deal.
I think they. I've seen that at a couple other schools, so I think that they kind of
Oh,
look at that!
Look at that from Trey Hawkins. That's a big one. 11-point lead now. So he hits his first basket, and it's a nice rainbow to get in there. Makes it 27-16. Tough getting the dribble that time. Now he's going all the way in, and traveling is going to be called. And there's an instance, and again, you can cite inexperience for part of that too, where he's just simply trying to do too much. He was able to get control of the dribble and then takes it in and really needed to dish it off at some point. Now, I also see a high level of class across the way. There seems to be a contingent of Washington State Cougar fans and a Wazoo flag. That's not the one that made it on ESPN Game Day a few years ago, but boy, it's nice to see them represented here tonight. Oh, Silas Williams with the soft touch. He's got 6. First 2 of the second quarter. 13-point lead is the biggest for Jackson. We got 3:40 up on the clock to go here in the second quarter, as they've pretty much been in command throughout this one. So that's sweet. Pierre coming through with his 3rd field goal of the game. He's got 9 points, and he is the leading scorer for Kamiak here with 3:24 to go in the second quarter. Look at this long-range jumper. Wow! They're hitting some big shots. Harris Campy coming through with the big one. Man, 14-point lead. But, you know, the other thing is the passes have been really good to set up those shots. And you got to look who's distributing the ball, too, as Jackson's been very unselfish. There's another over on the corner, just like that. And again, the pass, Henry Armstrong. Let's give him credit, too. Wow, that was just a beautiful, great, another shot that just drained in there. 35-18, 17-point lead is Jackson, almost doubling up the score now. That is going to go against Trey Hawkins, his first 19th foul. Not to be confused with Taylor Hawkins, the longtime drummer for the Foo Fighters. Oh, there's the ESPN guys over there. Hold on. Should we feel threatened? I mean, these guys,
well,
look at how well dressed they are over there.
I'm thinking about taking my banner over there and then recording them a little bit during halftime.
You know, that'd be a great thing to get for one of your little clips that you use, like when you have the cheerleaders on or the different things like that. I think that'll add to the dynamic. Well, anytime we see something creative here, we certainly want to capture it and replay it. You know, Kamiak's got a nice gathering out here tonight. A lot of students over there cheering them on. Again, not too far from here. 35-20. These two schools actually opened pretty close to each other. I think it was like a year apart, actually. I think Kamiak was 93 and Jackson was 94. That's a big block. Good defense by Kamiak as they do whatever they can to try to stay alive. The step in was pretty, but not quite enough there as McFerrin will get the rebound. Here comes Jackson the other way. Good pass. Hawkins, that great ball movement. Just out of there, but they had the right idea. And again, you got to really like the team aspect that Jackson has been showing throughout this game. Just looking to find the open man, find your teammate, move the ball around. If that goes in, and it does, somehow that found a home for a chance. Loudenbach. Foul's going to go against Trey Hawkins, his second, and they're up to 10 team fouls. But again, a 13-point lead, but it was 17, so it's come down a little bit. Loudenbach now with 5 points. He's 1 for 2 from the foul line, 2 for 3, 35-23. You know, with Jackson just getting on such a roll there and with those outside shots, Todd, obviously that is a great run, but you do like to see it competitive, too, where Kamiak can stay in this thing. Bit of a mismatch there.
Well, they certainly
but they end up with the
hustle.
basketball. Jackson now with 7 turnovers, and that one's going to go out of bounds. We had a player look like was going to check in, and that would be Henry Johnson. Johnson's another 6'6" player, just a sophomore, and he's called up from JV. He's going to replace Williams. So you've got still 2 6'6" players out there as the 6'6" Williams comes off, but you've also got Ryan McFerrin and Henry Johnson out there at 6'6". So that's some great stuff for the future.
That is.
Not just now, but yeah. That was off the mark. He might have been a little out of range, but still good for him to give it a shot. McFerrin up high. There's that good passing. Still thinking right. And McFerrin, excellent position for the rebound. A little push off down there as McFerrin gives Weimer a little bit of a shove. You got to watch that. You keep those tempers in check.
That's
1:16 to go.
I push everybody. I'd get down there just.
Well, maybe you wouldn't have to. You know, you just walk right through there, and you know those cat-like reflexes and that bulk. You know, there's get out of the way.
Yeah. So we're not talking about the ball.
Okay, here we go. Jackson with the ball. 1 minute to go. Second quarter. Up by 12, and that's going to be an air ball going out of bounds. Now here's Steve Johnson not able to coach tonight. No details, but he just was a little under the weather. And so they've got an assistant coach out there as the head coach. So you don't see Steve, and normally people would look for Steve because he's been here. He's in his 20th season and a great job at Jackson. Pierre slides to the basket, pops it in. So you're now looking at a 10-point lead for Jackson, cut down from 17. So Kamiak sticking with him. Trey Hawkins. Wow, what a move by Trey Hawkins. You know, a lot of times we see that and it doesn't go in. That one almost didn't, but it did. And that was what made it special because he actually was able to finish it. It takes a lot of energy to make that kind of move and still find a way to get the ball to drop in there, unless you're Michael Jordan or Julius Erving or LeBron James maybe. We got a held ball. 4.8 to go here in the second. Fast action double bonus for Kamiak. And Timberwolves would be having to go a long ways because Kamiak's only got 3 fouls. That's off the top of the board. Time's going to run out.
Eventually.
Well, 0.4 on the clock. As Jackson will just toss it in, and that'll be, oh, you're going to throw it up there. Just a little bit outside. Okay, so that's the end of the first half. And our score is Jackson 37, Kamiak 25, as Jackson outscores Kamiak by a tally of 16-12 in the second quarter, and they maintain that solid lead of 12 points. So we're going to take a break for halftime, and then we'll come back for the second half here. And we really appreciate you tuning in. Against the score at halftime is 37-25. We'll be back with more here on STSPN.com after the break.
Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Plumbing technicians and apprentices. Working together, learning together, masters of the craft, passing on their skills and knowledge for the trade.
I'm Gene Jr., and we are growing fast. As one of the senior techs, I really enjoy sharing and teaching, really because I'm selfish and it makes me feel good.
Getting paid to teach and learn valuable skills that can support your life, family, and dreams.
Hi, I'm Renee. I'm an apprentice, and I like to learn from all these different plumbers. I want to be a plumber to provide a good lifestyle for myself and for my future dreams.
Welcome back. We're getting set for the start of the second half right here. We got a little Fox Sports feed coming across the crawler there. Good job, Todd.
Right now it's the NCAA basketball feed from Fox.
Gotta love that. Technology just keeps growing and improving here on STSPN.com. By the way, our score is Jackson 37 and Kamiak 25. Both teams with some depleted rosters out there for one reason or another. And it's been pretty solid competition out there, especially as Kamiak came back from a 17-point deficit and cut that one down to 10 points before Jackson got a basket right before the start of halftime. And again, our sponsors, we want to make sure to get those to you. American Family Insurance, Sally Petty Agency in Monroe, Gene Johnson, Plumbing and Heating, Dennis and Kimberly, thank you. GNS Heating, Cooling and Electric, Adrenaline Fundraising with the player of the game sponsor, David Wright, thank you very much. McDaniel's Do It Best Hardware, Brad and Bob McDaniel, and Fred's Rivertown Ale House, of course, on First Street in Snohomish, as well as Airfield Espresso. That is Heather Harvey and the gang, home of the Parachute Punch, and Washington Officials Association. That's Jeff Matson. You got a full lineup there, Todd.
We do, and I got to tell Heather Harvey over there at Airport Espresso, we are going to be in Snohomish tomorrow night.
There you go.
Doing the Snohomish girls.
Now, who's got the call tomorrow night?
Thomas.
Oh, good. Tall Tom is back in the saddle there. That'll be great. Now, that was very fun back in May when we mentioned the Parachute Punch, and it wasn't that long before we had them delivered to us while we were on the air, right up there, straight up the street from Harvey Airfield and Airfield Espresso, with a wide variety of delicious items for you to enjoy. Miss on the shot that time. Now, in that first half, Jackson had 10 team fouls and just 3 for Kamiak. Mark Aucutt and Todd Elvig bringing you the action at the home of the Timberwolves. Jackson in the white uniforms, Kamiak in the black. Silas Williams and Jackson continues to do a good job of looking for each other, and Williams finds a team. There's 6 on the shot clock. They're going to have to find each other pretty quick here. Find the basket, really, off the backside. Buzzer went off on the shot clock, but it had hit the rim. Step in. There could be a foul right there. He just really took a big step in there. I'm surprised there wasn't a foul right there, as it looked like Williams got grabbed by Hara. Jayton Hara. Pull-up jumper, soft touch. Bradley Tharp coming through. He's now got 11 points in the contest. It's back to a 14-point lead for Jackson. Tharp is the leading scorer for both teams. Oh, make that Pierre also with 11 points for Kamiak. Coming up on a couple of minutes into the third quarter. Kamiak has not found the basket yet. Does Pierre connect? No. And there's Jackson with 3 guys right underneath the rim to have one of them get the rebound. That was Bradley Tharp. Cruising through that time, Henry Armstrong, who had 7 points in the first half. He's going to get fouled. Foul goes against Jayton Hara, his first foul, second team foul. Just going to be out of bounds. 5:56 to go in the third quarter. Offensive foul will be called on Ryan McFerrin. That will be his second foul, first team foul. Another player with 2 fouls is Silas Williams. Another one of the big guys out there, both 6'6", but Williams managed to get through that second quarter without getting called for a foul. 14-point lead for Jackson at 39-25. 5:46 to go in the third quarter. We got a player going down for Kamiak. That's going to be a foul against Jackson. I said Williams hadn't gotten a foul, and then sure enough comes down court and gets that third foul. It's going to be out of bounds for Kamiak. Each team now with 2 team fouls here in the third quarter. And if you're Kamiak, you really want to start chipping into that Jackson 14-point lead. Their biggest lead has been 17. And he throws it right to the Jackson player, Kempe. Down the other way goes Tharp. He's now the leading scorer in the game all by himself with 13. McFerrin getting that quality playing time out there, which is really going to pay off this season and the next 2 to follow. There's Williams. Yeah, he got hacked going in. Williams with 6 points, 4 in the first quarter, 2 in the second. Foul is going to be whistled against Nolan Martin, his second foul. 3rd team foul as Williams will go to the foul line, and he will have 2 shots. Now, this is the first trip to the line for Jackson in the game. He got us to 5:11 to go in the third quarter before they finally get to the line, and they still haven't made one as Williams misses the first shot. Daniel Schubert coming into the game for Kamiak, just a sophomore. Williams takes a little extra time before firing that one, and didn't look good from the get-go as that's going to come out of there, so he misses them both. And really, it's been a great performance from the line for Kamiak. They've shot quite well. 11 for 14 from the line as there's a whistle, and Jackson's going to be called for the foul. It's going to be against Campy, his third team foul, so he leads Jackson in that department. Going to the foul line, Nolan Martin, his first trip to the line, connects on it, so now that makes them 12 for 15 from the stripe. That's good foul shooting. Martin now has 3 points, and it stays that way. Of course I jinxed him, right? Didn't mean to.
I don't know why you do that.
Just calling out the facts there, Todd. That one's going the other way. Now, that would look to be against Williams. Yeah, and that's 4. They're going to have to pull him out. 4 on him, 4 team fouls. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to bring in Caden Sproul, and he's the junior who saw a good amount of playing time in that first half with Williams on the bench. So Sproul is out there. They've also got another big guy who saw action out there, Henry Johnson, a sophomore who is up from JV. Again, the JV for Jackson beat Kamiak 60-35. Ooh, nearly steps out of bounds, finally gets it. 11 turnovers for Jackson and 8 for Kamiak. Now make it 9. Things just getting a little sloppy out there. 15-point lead for the Timberwolves. Back up top. Jackson disciplined on their passing. McFerrin going in. He runs into a lot of traffic. Tries it again. Turnaround jumper a little bit short. He's got the right thinking going, though. He's working hard inside. That's really important. Does get called for the foul. That's his 3rd foul. But just, you see the aggressiveness from him, too, Todd, that last week, he didn't get quite as much playing time, and this week he's really able to spread his wings a little bit and try some new things, and that's what's so important. Kamiak coming in 0-1 in conference play in WESCO 4A, 4-3 overall. There's a spin move and pass. That's where you like to see that shot fall because the move was so smooth by Loudenbach. Pull-up jumper, that's short. Well, Jackson's letting Kamiak stay in this. They're down by 15, but they're getting some opportunities here by missed opportunities by Jackson on the shots.
Oh, that was a reach in there.
No call. Jackson forcing him out with the defense. Soft on the shot again. We've seen a lot of that. Maybe some fatigue has started to set in because the shots we've seen here in this third quarter have mostly been short, except for that one. Henry Armstrong now with 9 points. His first 2 points or points at all in the second half. Pierre has got some quick moves. He lost the ball, but he also got fouled. There's going to be 2 shots as he was flailing in the lane.
Well, Kamiak played Glacier Peak.
That's going to be on McFerrin. That's his 4th and 6th team foul. So now both the 6'6 guys that started for Jackson have 4 fouls. As going to the line will be Josiah Pierre. He hits the first one, now has 12 points. Sorry, Todd, you had said something as I was recapping there.
Kamiak played Glacier Peak last night, so they might be a little tired.
There's
today.
that
Glacier
too,
Peak,
absolutely.
Kind of took the wind out of them a little bit, but. And I don't know if either of these clubs are at full strength either. I know Jackson's.
No, they're not. They've got some players out. Each of them do. Now you've got Evan Bates, Dryland Villieu, and Peyton Baxter. And we got a 30-second timeout. Those three are all out for Jackson. And we got 3:11 on the clock, third quarter action here at Jackson. And the score is Jackson 43, Kamiak 28. We'll return with more on STSPN. Are we going to keep it here? We're going to keep it here. So we'll do that. And just kind of looking at some numbers here, Kamiak has averaged 60.9 points per game. They've averaged giving up 56.7, and that's a difference of plus 3.2, so they're ahead there. Now Jackson averages 76 points per game, and they're in 9 games, and they average giving up 62.6, which is a plus of 120 points and 13.4 per game. So action resumes. Jackson has the basketball coming out of backcourt. Henry Armstrong with the 9 points up high. Again, watch Jackson and their patience, because they'll work as hard as they can unless they do something like that for the right shot. Just a high pass, but the positioning was good there for Tharp. Again, Tharp is the leading scorer for Jackson with 13, and Josiah Pierre with the basketball right now is the leading scorer for Kamiak. Oh, so close. Oof. Foul's going to be called against the Timberwolves. That goes against Trey Hawkins. That's his third. They've definitely stacked up the fouls. 17 fouls have been called against Jackson in the time we've had, a full first half and then 2:46 to go here in half number 2 in the third quarter. That is Loudenbach missing the first foul shot.
I think that's a little bit of youth in there.
He's 2 for 4 from the line, 2 for 5 now. 6 points overall. Yeah, the youths out there. And that's the thing. Jackson is an older team and a taller team. Good follow. Hawkins, perfect position. He's got 7. Had 5 in the second quarter. We got a foul coming up. That's going to go against Jackson. Henry Armstrong, his first, 8th team foul. Kamiak's going to go to the foul line. This will be Sam Stupi going to the line. He has not scored as of yet, has not attempted a foul shot either. Nails the first one. They've made 4 points from the line in the third quarter and 15 overall in the game.
And by the way, the camera shake is not our equipment.
I love how you explain that.
Well, I don't want, I don't want to
you don't
look
want
like,
to think it's faulty equipment. No, not
that's
with
right.
what you spent for that camera, which you'll have paid off in about 7 years.
Yeah, that's right. The bleachers that are built in 1994.
That's right. These are original issue. And it's a big gym.
It is a very big. I think it's one of the biggest in WESCO.
We think it is. This in Marysville-Pilchuck. I think this might have it, though. This one you can put, and those seats on the sides here, they go way up.
Well, right, but behind the visitor basket, too, is...
yeah, that's another stack of them. That foul is going to go against Riley Weimer, his third, 4th team foul. At the foul line is Sproul. He connects on that foul shot. That's the first foul shot made by Jackson in this ballgame. They've got it up to a 16-point lead. One more, and they match their biggest lead of the game at 17 points, which they had in the first half. Here's the next one. They match it. He's got 4 points. Jackson, 47. Kamiak, 30. First conference game for the Timberwolves this season. Off the mark. Right there is Henry Armstrong for the rebound as he'll come out of backcourt. That was a good-looking shot by Hawkins. Nothing wrong with that. The pass was right to him and just happened to miss it, but it's an earnest shot. Count that basket for Pierre, and 1. Foul goes against Henry Armstrong, his second. That's 9 team fouls. Taking him one away from double bonus. Jayden Hara will check in, 2 points, 1 foul. He will replace Sam Stupi, who leaves with a couple of points. And Pierre now with a total of 15 points. And he's 5 for 6 from the line, make it 6 for 7. He's a good-looking player out there, Todd. I like what we're seeing from him. And he's a guy, too, that we've seen is not afraid to take some chances.
Well, you know, we know who's watching right now because Steve Johnson's got to be watching.
I would hope so. You know, and hopefully we're getting it right, Steve, for you.
He's taking notes.
Steve is great to work with. 20 years he's been here, and he's just had a great run at Jackson High School. Was at Woodinville High School for 5 years before that. But it's been a tremendous asset to have in the Western Conference. Taking Jackson deep into the postseason several times. That's a miss, and Kamiak with a quick rebound and outlet. Oh, rushed that shot a little bit. Ooh, got a player limping around down there. Watch out. That time it was Campy. Looked like he was favoring that right ankle. Underneath, there it goes. Laudenbach coming through with the basket. He's got 8 in the game. Yeah, look at that. Now, once again, Kamiak has trimmed that Jackson 17-point lead down to 12. They took it from 17 to 10 in that second quarter. Under 30 seconds to go. Shot clock still alive at 14 seconds left. Here comes Jackson driving through. Miss off the backside of the rim by Campy, and that's going to go out of bounds. We got a substitution. Logan Udai coming in for Jackson. First time, or we've seen him in the game. Coming out of the game will be Harris Campy. 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Shot clock is shut off as Kamiak will come in, and they have a chance to trim that lead down. They do. Look at that. Great pass as Laudenbach gets it done. That was an excellent delivery in there by Hara. So it is a 10-point game. 4 seconds left here in the third. Got to put it up. Oh, just missed off the right side. A 10-point game. It gets interesting again. 47-37, and Jackson only scored 10 points in that third quarter, and Kamiak coming through with 11. So they outscore him for the first time in a quarter in this game. It's 47-37. This is STSPN.com, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter. Stay with us. You never know where this one's going. Back with more.
Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
All right, welcome back, folks. We go to the fourth quarter. It's a 10-point game cut from 17. Twice that has happened here tonight as Kamiak just scratching and clawing to try to stay alive in this one. And looks like we got another foul coming against Jackson, and that's where they're getting themselves into trouble. It's going to bring 2 shots. They're in double bonus now. That's going to go against Caden Sproul, his second foul. 10 team fouls. So for the second half, they have in a row, they have 10 team fouls. They did it in the first half. That's a miss right there, and you want to connect on as many of those as you can. As Silas Williams will come back in. He's got 4 fouls. Ryan McFerrin, also the matching 6'6" player with 4 fouls, and that's what's really hurting Jackson at this point is they've had to sit those guys on the bench, and Kamiak's made the most of it, except for those 2 missed foul shots when they could have cut it to 8 points. All right, every possession is a big one. Thanks for having it on STSPN.com.
I thought this would be a good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jayden Hara with the foul, his second, 5th team foul. Yeah, you picked a real good one, even though both teams have players. And we were figuring that they would all be here, and we knew that would be a solid matchup. But even with a number of players out on both sides, these two teams have adjusted and played very competitively against each other. Late foul. If that's on Williams, and he's the only one there, that's it. He's done. Oh, that's a big one. He's fouled out. Silas Williams, who averages 23 points a game, 14 rebounds, only 6 points tonight, and he is fouled out of the game with 7:29 to go in the fourth quarter.
I bet Johnson has something to say
about
that.
Ryan McFerrin is out there. So Hara connects on the foul shot. He's got 3 points, all of those from the foul line. Again, this good young lineup for Kamiak. Hara is part of that. He's just a junior. I was going to break that down for Kamiak as far as their class is concerned. They've got 4 seniors, 7 juniors, and 1 sophomore. Total of 12. That's listed on the roster. Not all able to play tonight. 47-39. It is cut to an 8-point deficit and lead for Jackson. Look at this. Great hustle by Loudenbach. He has just played an outstanding game. Look at this. Again, underneath, tough miss. Pierre, they had 2 cracks at it. That stuff, you just got to take a little bit more time.
That basket was just a little bit too high.
Yeah, needed to drop it down to 9-6. That was Loudenbach call for the foul, his second. That's a tough break because we got a full timeout call. We're going to take it, and looking at the clock, 6:55 to go in the fourth quarter. Timberwolves 47 and the Knights 39. Jackson leading Kamiak by 8 points. Stick with us here on STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
$6:55 to go. Fourth quarter. Jackson High School, so glad to have you with us. It's been a lot of energy in here. We've got a good crowd on both sides, and they have been at it from the get-go. Jackson moving the ball around as they are trying to stop this skid that they've had going. Up by 17, now just up by 8 points. Jackson sticking with their good passing, trying to work it around. There's McFerrin. He takes it in. And 2 shots are coming. Player for Kamiak did not have position. Hara called for the foul, his third. Team foul number 7. So both teams at least into the bonus, and 10 fouls against Jackson. So it's double bonus as Kamiak's going to be going to the line with 2 shots the rest of the way. There's McFerrin. These are important. Perfect shot. And that is his first point of the game. He's seen a good amount of action. Did start. Silas Williams is fouled out. Hits the second one. Needed those. 49-39, 6:30 to go. Hara taking it in. Almost taken away. Here comes Pierre. Again, trying to do maybe a little bit too much there, but you got to like the way he works the ball. There's almost a screen set up. Now driving through the lane, and that's going to come off the backside. Nolan Martinez, Jackson getting away. Lucky that time because that one almost went in, and then Jackson ends up with the rebound. So here they come out of backcourt, up by 10 points. Now under 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And taking a little bit of time, 15 on the shot clock. Tharp, you like the way they rotate around. Very consistent about that. There's McFerrin, it's popped loose. Jackson now with 14 turnovers in the game, and great hustle by Loudenbach. Missed shot by Pierre underneath. Here comes Jackson out of backcourt. McFerrin, step in move. Oh, this is going to be an offensive foul. And that would be 5 on him. Yep, that's 5 on him. How about that? Both the 6'6" starters for Jackson have fouled out. Amazing. So they're going to have to go with a smaller lineup, and things have evened out size-wise. You look out there right now, now Pierre is got the advantage as being the tallest player out there. Here he goes. I don't know if that was the best shot to take, and once again, Loudenbach, he gets the board, and there's going to be a foul. 10-point lead for Jackson, 5:06 to go in the fourth quarter. What a finish.
Seems like a little frustration on Jackson's
yes,
side out there.
There's no doubt about that. Trey Hawkins is called for his 4th foul, so he's one away from fouling out.
You know, they're doing just fine. They just have to settle down.
Yeah, exactly. They've got the 10-point lead. Now, Loudenbach has missed 3 consecutive foul shots after going 2 for 3 to start from the line. Those are big misses. I mean, you make 3 of those, and they're only down by 7. Misses another one. He's played so well otherwise in the game. Has 10 points, but struggling from the foul line in the 3rd and 4th quarter with 4 straight misses. And that one's out of bounds. Jackson will have the ball with 5:05 to go. 4th quarter action. Hawkins handling the ball right now. Picked up defensively by Nolan Martin. Kamiak just gritting it out here, trying to find a way to get past Jackson. Hawkins again, but Kamiak doing a good job of sealing him off. Coming down to 10 seconds to go in the shot clock, and a great move by Henry Armstrong. He now has 11, 4 in the second half, and it's back to a 12-point lead for Jackson. They definitely needed that one. Remember, we'll have the selection of the Adrenaline Player of the Game and a T-shirt. Oh, great job by Hara. His first field goal, he's got 6 points now, and a 30-second timeout has been called by the Kamiak Knights. I was going to go over some stuff here too, Todd, in that entering tonight's game with the full roster, Kamiak averaging under 6 feet height-wise, just a little bit under. But for Jackson, with a full roster, they'd be just under 6'2". So obviously, and of course, you got the 3 6'6" guys on the roster there. And for Jackson to break things down for them, they have 5 seniors, 5 juniors, 2 sophomores, no freshmen, 12 on the lineup. And then for Kamiak, 4 seniors, 7 juniors, and the 1 sophomore, as I mentioned that a little bit earlier. Again, our officials for the game is Chris Soda-Era-Kopoulos and Garrett Galbraith, as well as Tony Burkhalter. And so we get to know our officials around. Again, you know, one of our sponsors is the Washington Officials Association. And we encourage people, if they're looking for staying very much involved in sports and staying in shape,
That's
and
right.
making some extra money and being involved in all this, make sure to contact the Washington Officials Association and Jeff Matson. And we all would appreciate that, because sometimes, well, especially with what's going on with the pandemic and weather and stuff, there's been some shortages.
Well, and if they have cat-like reflexes like I do, they should be out here.
Yeah, that's would be a prerequisite. And then you can watch a video of Todd's cat-like reflexes to see if you match up, and then you're pre-qualified to apply for a job. 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Oh, traveling. 16 turnovers against Jackson. 13 against Kamiak. 10 points is the difference between these two teams right now. Well, under 4 minutes to go. Money time. Every possession is big as Pierre will have the ball. Hands it to Loudenbach. Off the rim again, and there's going to be Hawkins to get the rebound. Hawkins has put in some quality minutes.
Yeah, Jackson's slowing it down here a little bit.
And why not? That's a smart move to make. And Loudenbach, just great hustle all night long for him. Hara, that's a tough miss. And look at Loudenbach. Once again, he is in there popping the ball loose. Jackson stays alive. A timeout has been called. A little frustration over on the Jackson side. 3:14 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll be back with more live from Jackson High School on STSPN.com.
Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
3:14 left, fourth quarter here at Jackson High School, and the Timberwolves lead the Kamiak Knights 51-41. And tomorrow it will be Mount Lake Terrace at Snohomish. Girls over at Snohomish High School. Tom Lafferty with the play-by-play. Big Tall Tom in the saddle as those two teams match up. And there's 3 more games next week on STSPN.com. You definitely have it blanketed coverage.
We might have more. We just have to see what games are going to show up on the schedule.
Yeah, and you've done a marvelous job of staying with all that with the pandemic and official shortages and weather and all that kind of stuff. So plenty of regular season games left to go. Looking here, counting tomorrow night, like 13 of them. That foul is going to go against Loudenbach, his third. He's definitely been a presence for the Kamiak Knights. He is a junior. At the foul line is Harris Campy, 8 points, hit a couple of 3-pointers earlier. Jackson did not get to the foul line until the third quarter, and they went 6 for 8. So now 7 for 9. Once they see how he does this time around. Up. Right there for the board is Sproul, and it'll be Kamiak getting the rebound. Pierre gets control of it. Now they go the other direction. That's going to be an offensive foul. It's going to go against Hara. He stacked them up. He's got 4. He leads Kamiak in that department. I was going to say Pierre, he is 6'4". So, and another guy who's going to probably fill out some more between now and his senior year. Definitely a good-looking ball player out there with his effort. Foul is going to be a 1-and-1 coming up. Foul goes against Riley Weimer. Now he has a total of 4 fouls, 10 team fouls. So they're both even, both double bonus. Take this to the wire. So 52-41, and we've got for Jackson, Bradley Tharp going to the line. His first trip, he now has, by connecting with that, a total of 14 points and is the leading scorer for Jackson. A lot of letters and numbers up on that scoreboard, Todd, with the double bonus and everything. Connects on the next one. And of course, that would be the famed Daktronics scoreboard.
That is right.
Now, were you able to hook up electronically to keep the actual time?
No.
So I've been feeding it there, so that's.
No, I mean,
I've been doing my job. I'll get paid tonight.
No, we're hooked up.
Oh, you're good.
Not through Everett. We're doing it on our own.
Okay.
Our own network.
Sproul called for the foul, his third. Pierre is going to the foul line. He's had good success from there. 6 for 8 now, 6 for 9. That's like 3 times I've done that. So a good success, and then it rims out of there. I'm going to be quiet. Comes the next one, and it's on the mark. Pierre has 17 points. He's a leading scorer for both teams. And we're starting to get to that point, and a 12-point lead for Jackson. When we start thinking about who our selection of player of the game is going to be. Oh, they moved it so perfectly. Sproul coming through underneath. 6 points. Again, and that guy's put in some solid minutes out there. But Jackson's been whistled for a lot of fouls. 24 fouls called against the Jackson Timberwolves in this game, and that is a travel call. 1:52 to go, fourth quarter. Again, we thank you so much for being with us. Tomorrow, action at Snohomish. Jackson in front court. They're going to try to whittle some time off, but a sloppy pass won't allow for it as Kamiak's going to get the ball and drive the other direction. That was just fantastic by Nolan Martin. Timeout called by Kamiak. You want to keep it here?
Yeah.
So, okay, here's what you have going next week. You have Marysville-Pilchuck at Everett. That is girls. That's on – no, that's the next week after that. Let me go back. The 19th is Lake Stevens at Glacier Peak. I believe that's boys. Then Thursday, January 20th, will be Meadowdale against Everett. That is girls.
No.
Not sure yet?
We're switching that one out. That's going to be Lake Stevens, Snohomish girls.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to be quiet.
And Thomas is going to get that
Okay.
one.
All right. So I have other assignments next week, and I'll be back the following week for a couple, and then got more coming in February. Now, just while we're on this topic of talking about the schedule, then you'll look to do postseason games too?
We will.
Okay. Looking forward to, well, I hope.
As long as we got a few sponsors for them, we can do some. But you know, it's all
And
about it's all about paying the fees to the
Yeah, you got to dish that out
to
too.
the league.
And the high-priced talent.
That's right.
If those two things don't bleed you, then you can continue to do the games.
That's right.
Jackson with the ball, 1:28 to go.
Well, you would think that the school district would want to have the games on, but
Especially with how things have been, with
COVID,
the pandemic and stuff, with COVID and everything, because a lot of people just don't want to venture out. They want to watch it at home. Just keep plugging away and making it happen. Oh, he stepped in backcourt.
Yep.
17 turnovers and 1:08 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, special thanks to our great sponsors, Washington Officials Association, Airfield Espresso, Fred's Rivertown Ale House, right there on First Street in Snohomish, McDaniel's Do It Best Hardware. And they got what a selection they have over there. All kinds of stuff, outdoor stuff, hunting, fishing, along with great hardware. Oh, perfect.
That's where I get my bullets.
Holdenbach coming through with the three-pointer. 56-47. 9-point lead for Jackson, but 45 seconds to go. Kamiak trying not to foul. Jackson just moving it around. Smart right there. There's Henry Armstrong. Then you finally do have the hack. It's going to be on Loudenbach. That is his fourth foul. Okay, I'm looking at possible player of the game. Bradley Tharp's had an excellent outing out there. Henry Armstrong, too, and he was strong last week as well. 18 points in that game, 11 in this one. Tharp, in that game we did last week, had 12. In this one, he's got a total of 15.
WESCO Athletics.
Plus the all-round play you got to look at, too. That one isn't in there. 35 seconds now as Hara comes the other way. No foul called. Now we have a grab. Getting the basketball initially was Tharp. Well, this is almost flip a coin time for player of the game. What do you think?
Well, I think that I got reminded that tomorrow night, the schedule change, Burlington Edison at Snohomish.
Oh.
So we'll see if
it's still
if that's what we're doing.
Okay. Tall Tom remind you of
that? He did.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it had to have changed today.
It had to have because it was, that's what we had on there originally. So with the basket will be Tharp on the free throw.
Or maybe it changed for me today. I don't know.
Whatever the case, it'll be at Snohomish tomorrow. We can confirm that, right?
We can.
Okay. And Tall Tom will have the call. Good. Pierre, big time. 11-point lead for Jackson. This looks like their ball game. 16 seconds to go. They're going to wind it down.
Oh, no, they're going to
Another whistle. They hadn't had enough of those tonight, right?
I'm not sure if you're in the right. I think you'd need to be a few points closer to be fouling that much. I don't know.
That's interesting.
That's
Pierre called for his first foul this deep into the game, and he's been right in there. He's played a very solid inside game, physical, and just one foul. That's a credit to him. He slides right in and out, though. This guy is fun to watch. Missed by Armstrong. And
so who
the
do you
sophomore coming back in for Jackson. Henry Johnson, who saw action in the first half, but Jackson's going to win this one, and they'll improve to 9-1 overall, 1-0 in WESCO 4A play. They had that game canceled against Lake Stevens, and Kamiak will drop to 0-2 in conference and 4-4 overall.
Yep,
Jackson's now going to take the time off the clock, and that will end it. 59-47. Jackson wins it by 12. And let's go with Bradley Tharp as our player of the game. So we're going to take a break, and I'll go get Bradley. We'll get him a T-shirt. We'll have an interview coming up right here on STSPN.com. Stay with us.
Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
Yeah, 9-1. You guys are fun to watch. We were here last Tuesday, and you guys didn't get to play on Friday, but yeah, I love the way you guys move the ball around.
Yeah, we just.
All right, we're ready to go here, and the final score: Jackson 59 and Kamiak 47. Mark Aucutt here with Bradley Tharp, who is a senior and just had a couple of great games that we've seen over the past week or so. And you guys come up with a really nice victory, and just found ways to build that lead and pass the ball so well.
Yeah, in practice we just be moving the ball, and our coaches just we have so many options. So our coaches tells us to move the ball and get everyone open. So that's what we did tonight. You
can tell that you guys work at it very hard in practice because you're very disciplined about it. I mean, you guys get into those half-court sets and really work and making sure to find that the ball gets to the right guy.
Yeah, especially down low when we have Big Cy in there.
Yeah.
That's a mismatch always.
Now, tonight you had to deal without Big Cy being down there because he got into foul trouble in that second quarter or first quarter. They had to pull him out, and then eventually fouled out. So you had to go with some different options, and you were part of those different options as you came through with 8 big points in that second quarter and finished with a total of 12. So you had to step it up.
Yeah. Well, we had some other contributors too, like sophomore Ryan McFerrin.
Yes, definitely.
Come in, and then we just had to step up when Cy fouled out, and we still pulled the win. So.
You guys built up a 17-point lead a couple of times, and then they came back, cut it down. The second time was down to 8. What did you guys talk about as to try to prevent them from closing that gap even more?
Matching their energy. Once they picked up their energy, they started going on runs, and so we just had to match it and get stops on the defensive end for sure.
You're 9-1 and 1-0 in WESCO play. That's going to feel pretty good halfway through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we look forward to seeing you. We're going to see you more the rest of the way. So keep up the good work there. And why don't you hold that T-shirt out there. And there you go. You are the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game because you put in the work to get that tonight. So we really appreciate it. Really have enjoyed watching you play. You are not shy going inside, and that is a great skill like that to be able to do that. So it's not always just the real tall guys. Yourself too. You know, you're good size too, but you're not afraid to go in there, and that's great effort. And great passing. So great job there tonight. Bradley, thank you so much. Bradley Tharp is the player of the game for the Jackson Timberwolves. And Todd, that'll about wrap us up here. 59-47, the final score. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And very, very polite young man. And tomorrow night you're at Snohomish. Tom's got it. And we got more games coming up. I think you and I have 4 or 5 left before we get to the postseason. So this is fun. It is. It is definitely fun. Okay, so you know what? It's time to wrap things up. And again, everybody, we wish you a very good evening. And winning is for tonight. Sportsmanship is for a lifetime. Mark Aucutt for Todd Elvig saying tonight's final score, Jackson Timberwolves 59 and the Kamiak Knights 47. We'll talk to you next time.